You'll get it. All right, do we have everyone? All righty, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are here today to recognize our outstanding fifth graders for their hard work during the second quarter. I don't know about you, but it seems like the second quarter was forever ago. It ran from the middle of October all the way right up to Christmas break, so that seems like a long time ago. It was a long span, but there was a lot of hard work that was put in by these kiddos sitting in front of you for those 9 weeks. And we want to make sure that we recognize them for their hard work and their efforts. So today we're going to recognize students for their good behavior, for earning their AR goal, and for 100% homework, as well as a couple of other special awards that we'll give at the very end. So with 5 classes, we're going to jump right in and get started. We're going to start with good behavior. In order to earn this award, students may have gotten 1 processing, but no more. No detentions, no tabs, no trips to the office. And then if they get so many study halls, which can really play into effect, that can also then go against them for this award. So homework is really important. We got to keep up on it. So we appreciate your efforts there. We are going to start with Mr. Four's class. Students, when you get your award, please stand up, face the audience, and smile, because we have people watching from home or at work, so we want to make sure that they can see your bright and smiling faces as well. And then we'll applaud for each class when we get to the end. Alrighty, earning good behavior in Mr. Four's class. We have Xavier Ballard, Miana Bonowit, Elena Borland, Ryder Burris, Oliver De La Cruz, Spencer Drake, Hudson Gilbert, Kinley Lawson, Parker LaLoop, Riker Pardai, Braxton Quinn, Santi Ray, Ryder Roderick, Riker Sanders, Carter Siebert, and Declan Turner. Next up is Mrs. Whiteman's class. Earning that good behavior certificate, we have Tess Barrett, Alyssa Bishorner, Joseph Brenneman, Brianna Doherty, Catalea Gomez de la Cruz, Silas Dick, Will Gale, Bradley Grubb, Dawson Hinkey, Athena McLean, Charles McLean, Jamie Pine, Caden Prouse, Kendall Taylor, and Mason Webb. Alrighty, next up we have Mrs. Jeffrey's class. Earning good behavior, we have Kyron Austin, Olivia Brown, Kyler Crunk, Zephan Evard, Anderson Hazel, Aiden Huber, Chloe Johnson, Wyatt Kennedy, Lily McIntyre, Reese Medley, Dominic Pittman, Leighton Pitts, Stella Scott, Raylan Sexton, and Berkeley Woodworth. Next up is Mrs. Strader's class, but we have Miss Aiken standing in for her today, so we're glad that she could do this for us. Earning that good behavior certificate in Mrs. Strader's class for second quarter, we have Tessa Brandt, Landon Cheeseman, Jonna Christopher, Joseph Christopher, Finley Dowers, Liam Eveland, Gavin Flowers, Cadence Johnson, Cade Lusader, Case Martin, Jericho Monet, and Emma Roach. Last up, I'm really going to have to watch myself here because we had a name change in the second quarter. We went from Miss Shelby to Mrs. Shelby, or the kids, yes, give her a round of applause. Sometimes we call her Mrs. Hollis Manning, Mrs. Manning. You just never know what's going to roll off the tongue, but we have Mrs. Shelby's class. And earning that good behavior certificate during the second quarter was Nala Anderson, Liam Bapp, Guster Bell, Bain Blair, Olivia Carroll, Hunter Ford, Brian Huber, Weston Lansaw, Sophia LaLoupe, Fisher Livingston, Alicia Martinez, Race Nicholson, Harper Pinnell, Lily Prouse, Brady Sanders, Leo Smith, Eric Straw, and Sam Weir. As part of our positive behavior system, we got to treat all of our students, thanks to our PFO, to a trip to the movie theater right before Christmas break to go see a movie all together. And it was a lot of fun, wasn't it, students? So we're still planning third quarter. It's to be determined, but it'll be a good one, I know it. Alrighty, we're moving on to 100% homework. And I've said it, this is the third time today, always the hardest award to get. Students had to have all of their homework here on time, completely filled out, ready to go for their teacher every single day, every single time it was assigned. Not always easy. We get busy, we have lots going on in our lives, but we have several students here that had 100% homework, and I am super proud of each and every one of you. Alrighty, in Mr. Ford's class, 100% homework, we have Miana Bonawit, Ryder Burris, Spencer Drake, Hudson Gilbert, Kinley Lawson, Parker LaLoupe, Riker Pardai, Santi Ray, Ryder Roderick, and Carter Siebert. Moving right along to Mrs. Whiteman's class, 100% homework goes to Tess Barrett, Brianna Doherty, Zach Dobbs, Will Gale, Dawson Hinkey, Jamie Pine, and Kendall Taylor. And next up is Mrs. Jeffrey's class. 100% homework goes to Kyron Austin, Olivia Brown, Zephin Evard, Aiden Huber, Chloe Johnson, Wyatt Kennedy, Isaac McVicker, Reese Medley, Dominic Pittman, Leighton Pitts, Stella Scott, Raylan Sexton, and Berkeley Woodworth. And for Mrs. Strader's class, Earning 100% homework, we have Tessa Brandt, Landon Cheeseman, Jonna Christopher, Joseph Christopher, Finley Dowers, Gavin Flowers, Cadence Johnson, Case Martin, and Callan Moko. Last but not least, we have Mrs. Shelby's class. 100% homework goes to Guster Bell, Bane Blair, Olivia Carroll, Hunter Ford, Brian Huber, Fisher Livingston, Alicia Martinez, Race Nicholson, Harper Pinnell, Lily Prouse, Brady Sanders, Leo Smith, and Sam Weir. Next up is that AR award. Students know the expectation. This is their third year here at Carolyn Wenz. They know exactly what they have to do and the work they have to put in. In fifth grade, we know the ante gets upped a little bit, so they have to put in a little bit of extra, but I will say our fifth grade team does a really great job of breaking it into small goals to make it very achievable for our students. So we're gonna recognize students. I will tell you students, there is also a pizza certificate attached. So you're not going to want to lose it, okay? It goes to Monocles. Don't lose it. Alrighty, Mr. Forrest class. Earning that AR goal, we have Xavier Ballard, Miana Bonowit, Ryder Burris, Oliver De La Cruz, Spencer Drake, Hudson Gilbert, Kinley Lawson, Parker LeLoop, Riker Pardai, Santi Ray, Ryder Roderick, Carter Siebert, and Declan Turner. Earning that AR goal for the second quarter in Mrs. Whiteman's class, we have Tess Barrett, Elizabeth Shorner, Brianna Doherty, Silas Dick, Zach Dobbs, Will Gale, Landon Garner, Bradley Grubb, Dawson Hinkey, Athena McLean, Charles McLean, Jamie Pine, Caden Prowse, Aiden Rhodes, Kendall Taylor, and Mason Webb. Earning those points in Mrs. Jeffrey's class, we have Kyron Austin, Olivia Brown, Kyler Crunk, Anderson Hazel, Aiden Huber, Chloe Johnson, Wyatt Kennedy, Isaac McVicker, Dominic Pittman, Leighton Pitts, Stella Scott, Raylan Sexton, Zayden Wilson, Berkeley Woodworth, and Lincoln Simfione. Next up is Mrs. Strader's class. Earning those AR points, we have Tessa Brandt, Landon Cheeseman, Joseph Christopher, Finley Dowers, Liam Eveland, Gavin Flowers, Cade Lusader, Case Martin, and Callan Moko. Alrighty, and it's time for Mrs. Shelby's class. Earning those AR points was Liam Bapp, Guster Bell, Bane Blair, Olivia Carroll, Hunter Ford, Fisher Livingston, Alicia Martinez, Race Nicholson, Harper Pinnell, Brady Sanders, Leo Smith, Eric Straw, and Samuel Weir. We're down to the last two awards of the day, the Top AR Award and then the Top Science Award. The first one we're going to give out is the Top AR Award. This goes to the student in each class who had the most AR points out of anyone in their class for that quarter. They're already pointing at some of the students because they well know they keep pretty close tabs on one another. So if you hear your name, students, please come see your teacher. And then I'm going to have you stand in front of the backdrop here. And then our photographer, Mr. Morris, is going to take your picture, all right? All righty. In Mr. Ford's class, his top AR student for second quarter is Hudson Gilbert. Mrs. Whiteman's top AR student for second quarter, Caden Prowse. Mrs. Jeffrey's top AR student for the second quarter is Kyler Crunk. The top AR student in Mrs. Strader's class is Tessa Brandt. And in Mrs. Shelby's class, the top AR student for the second quarter is Fisher Livingston. I know, fourth grade it was all girls for this award. So the boys have made a real comeback here in fifth grade. Congratulations. Alrighty, and the last award of the day is the Science Award. Every quarter, we pick a subject area and recognize the student with the top grade in their class in that certain subject area. First quarter, we focused on reading. Second quarter is science. Third quarter, heads up students, we're working on math. So we'll give the top math student when we come back and do this again. And then fourth quarter is social studies. So today, we're gonna recognize the top science student. We're going to again begin with Mr. Ford's class. He gives a fourth grade science award and a fifth grade science award. So I'm going to begin with fourth grade. The top science student in fourth grade in Mr. Ford's class is Riker Pardai. The top science student in 5th grade in Mr. Four's class is Santi Ray. Mrs. Whiteman's top science student is Jamie Pine. The top science student in Mrs. Jeffrey's class is Stella Scott. In Mrs. Strader's class, the top science student is Callan Moko. And in Mrs. Shelby's class, the top science student is Olivia Carroll. Congratulations, 5th graders and 4th graders. Well, that concludes our second quarter assembly. Thank you all for joining us. As a heads up, hold up students, don't move, I'm not done talking. As a heads up, the third quarter assembly more than likely will not be until after spring break. Third quarter ends in the middle of March. March is state testing for us here at Carolyn Wenz School. I know, they're so excited. So we won't do it until after spring break, just as a heads up if you're wondering when it's going to be, plan on April, okay? Thank you all for coming.